start. We'll just start our basic old warm up. Let's go arms down and then overhead. Get a nice squat just to warm up. Just warming up this morning. And then let's take it to that back lunge and that little rotation. And then they can be shallow. They don't have to be deep just yet. Take it at your own pace, your own depthness. Good, let's take it into down dog. Bend those knees. Your legs don't have to be straight. Put a good bend in those knees, stretch those shoulders. And so we're gonna focus a little bit of back today. Let's go down to the floor and let's get some cat and cow. We'll loosen up the back. Good, and then from here, let's go ahead and get into our deep squat. So just push back and try to get in that deep squat. Play with those hips if you want. If you're just here for today, for now, that's great. Go ahead and put those hands on the floor and butt up to stretch the back of those legs. And then bring it back down. I got a text Finley. She's so funny. Last night, she did not want to do something. And then now this morning, she's going to go do it. Nothing crazy. Just doing the Corrales Harvest Festival. Oh, I bet you remember that. Butt up. That's always a fun one. Go ahead and get side to side lunges. Now that it's back on and everything is kind of back to normal over here, minus things are still really understaffed. But life's kind of back to normal here. Good, let's go ahead and bring it on up and let's go quad stretching. So pull and stretch. And let's get our hammies. About 8 to 10 on each side. And we'll get our spinal twist. Let's do our every minute on the minute, and we'll do our wall squat and our plank. The plank will be good because that'll work our core. And then the wall squat is great because that's also working our core because we're having to hold against that wall. So let's go every minute on the minute. If you need to grab a sip of water, grab a sip of water. Find a spot in the house where you can easily go to that wall squat and then right into that plank position. So let me just switch our time real quick. And let's start in our wall squat. Good wall squat, core nice and tight. Make sure that you're not up here in your wall squat, that you've got that good nice. long minute. Seconds, 10 seconds. And then in our 10 seconds, after our 10 seconds, we're gonna go to just regular plank. If you'd rather go to your hands, that's cool, but we'll go regular plank. All right, let's go ahead and get on down for our first minute of plank. Again, if it ever starts to get too hard, go to the knees and just try to finish it out. If you need to just take a little break, take a break, and then get back in it. All right, plank, regular plank. Keep holding that plank, keep holding. We got about 10 more seconds. And then after these 10 seconds, we're gonna stretch back and give ourselves just a little child's pose stretch. In 3, 2, good. All right, go ahead and stretch back, stretch that lower back. In this position, really reach those fingers forward. You're your child's pose. And then come on up, give me a few cat and cows, just nice and easy. Cat, cow on the floor. And then let's come on up. Reset our squat time. So for this wall squat, what I want to do is 30 seconds with one leg up and then 30 seconds with the other. Now, if you don't feel comfortable doing that, you can go up to like a toe only, or just hold your regular squat. So we're going to try to do a single leg wall squat. All right, so we're in that wall squat, and we have to kind of shift all our weight to the leg that we're going to be working. And then you're just going to pick that leg up off the floor. Now, if you don't feel comfortable, you can just put it in that tiptoe position so that you still have a little bit of stability rather than having it all the way up there. And again, if this doesn't work, just get your regular wall squat. We got about 8 more seconds on the single leg. 3, 2, good. Let's go ahead and shift that weight to the other leg. And single leg wall squat again. You can put that other foot down there for some more stability. You can always hold for a few seconds and then put that leg down. We have 10 more seconds, and then we're going to do side plank. And kind of the same idea. We'll do 30 and 30. 3, 2, good. All right, let's go ahead and get your side plank. And always go to the knee or stack. You got 30 seconds each side. That oblique is up, the hip is off the ground. And again, this exercise on the knee works really well. So if you can't be staggered or stacked, knee is great. Three, 2, good. Let's go ahead and go to the other side. We got 30 seconds, other side. That oblique up. Elbow lined up with the shoulder. We got 3, 2, good. All right, what I want you to do is come down. I want you to go to your back and pull those knees into the chest. Give yourself a hug. Bring that forehead to the knees. Give me a few side to side. Up and down. And then give me a good roll up. And then let's go ahead and stand on up. We're going to do our last set of wall squat. And we're going to go narrow stance. Squeeze those legs together on your wall squat. Narrow stance squat. All right, squeeze it together. Thighs together. Make sure that you're 90 degrees. And now we're gonna pull into the chair pose. So in yoga, well, it's usually not against the wall. Over here, we're gonna put those arms overhead. Right here. You want those arms lined up with your biceps. Right there. If you want to put it against the wall, that's totally cool. But either in alignment with the ears and biceps or against the wall. Squeeze those thighs. Squeeze them. Core tight. Ten seconds. And rest. Awesome. All right, last minute of plank. I want you to give me a few little hip drops in your plank position. If you want to do that the whole time, cool. If not, just go into your regular hold. So we got side to side, if possible. And at any time, you can just hold your plank and you can go down to the knees. 5 seconds. Good, rest. All right, let's go back down to child's pose. I want you to bring your knees apart, feet together, and give me your child's pose, stretching that lower back, stretching those lats. And then let's go ahead and bring it on up. Let's go to our down dog. Down dog, and then nice and easy, bring it on up. And then grab a sip of water. And then I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do another core strengthening exercise followed by some yoga stretching. So I'm just gonna give you an option if you wanted to grab weight and put it on your hips, cool, but you definitely don't have to. So we're gonna go into our bridge, and then once our time is up, we're gonna bring it into a happy baby, which is a yoga stretch. So if you wanted to add any weight to your hip lift, cool. If not, that'll also work. This will still be good for the core and the glutes. All right, let's go ahead and get down into our hip lift bridge position. And we're just gonna hold. That's all we're gonna do is hold it. So now in this position, think about that belly button coming to the spine and making sure that your belly's not poofed out, that you're keeping it nice and tight. You can feel the engagement in the glutes, and that whole core, that whole trunk is also working in this position, pushing through those heels. We're gonna hold for 20 more seconds, and then we're gonna actually go into that stretch for that lower back. 15 seconds. All right, good. So one vertebrae at a time, nice and easy, come down. And then your happy baby, you bring those feet up and you grab the outside of the foot with the inside of your knee by your elbow. So if this position doesn't work for you, another option is you grab your underneath your knees and pull it in. And then eventually, if you're like this, hopefully those hips will start to loosen. And if you want to do a little side to side stretching. Good. So nice and easy, you're gonna spine off the ground, engage the lower back, the core. On this one, we're gonna go ahead and put our arms over our chest. So kind of just be aware of what you're doing, thinking about where your feet are, maybe take a quick look, make sure that they're gonna look about the same, that one foot's not turned out funky, that we're lined up, that those glutes are raised, everything's tight, you're breathing, and then those arms are staying up over that chest. We're gonna hold here for about 10 more seconds. I'm gonna turn my fan on. All right, nice and easy. Bring your butt down and then bring it back into that happy baby. Again, grab the outside of that foot with the elbow on the inside of the knee. That doesn't work. Grab behind those knees. And anytime during this stretch, if you want to go side to side, massage that lower back, or you just want to hold there, make sure you're breathing. Good, nice and easy release. Bring those feet gently to the ground. And again, from the bottom up and squeezing those quads or those glutes, core tight. Extend those arms over the chest. Bring that belly button into the spine, that whole trunk, keep it tight. We're breathing. We'll hold for about 15 more seconds. Got 5, 4. All right, let's do our last happy baby stretch. And nice and easy. Feet down. Awesome, awesome. So I would either recommend rolling to the side and getting up, or if you can just sit up and get on, that's awesome. Let's grab a sip of water. And then I'm going to show you the other exercise that I want to do today. And then I want to see if you guys have something lighter that you could hold to also strengthen the posterior deltoid and those little muscles back here while we're working our lower back. So I think I would use a 5-pounder. If you have a 3-pounder, a water bottle, or even just your fist or an ankle weight will work. And what we're going to do is we're going to go down to all fours, and then we're going to do our opposite arm and leg, but we're just going to make it a little bit harder. So we're going to extend one leg behind us, and then we're going to straight arm fly with our arm. And again, you don't have to hold weight. If you want to, for the first set at least, just get that motion, that's great. So one leg is straight and extending. We're not bringing it back in. And the other arm, we're doing that straight arm fly with something light or nothing at all. All right, I'm going to turn my time on just so I have an idea of what time it is. And then let's go ahead and we're going to just do that exercise repetitively, and then we'll switch sides. And remember that back leg is staying straight. A lot of times we bring it back to meet our knee that's bent. We're not doing that. Keep that leg straight behind you. And then that lateral motion with the weight. Again, you don't have to use weight. Good. All right, let's go ahead and switch sides. Same pointing. So if you're feeling like you're just not long enough per se, like to really get this good motion, what you can do is grab another one of your weights and you can bring yourself up a little bit. And that might help with that range of motion on that fly, just being up a little bit on that other weight. And rest, good. Okay, let's go ahead and go back to our child's pose. And stretch back, stretch back. And then go ahead and come back up and we are gonna do that again. So grab that weight if you're using it. And let's get another set. Straight leg behind you, nice and slow. We're not in a rush. Core is tight. Good, let's go ahead and switch sides. Good, okay, so now come to all fours. So we're right here. We're gonna do a child's pose, but we're gonna thread the needle. So you're gonna sit back, but you're gonna take one arm and come underneath your body and then sit back. So it's a child's pose, but it's kind of like a puppy because with puppy, you keep your butt up a little higher. So bring one arm forward and one arm, thread that needle and keep that butt up in the air. So one arm forward, thread that needle and feel that stretch in the shoulder. And then also feel hopefully that stretch in the lower back. Good, so start to breathe and then go ahead and come out of it. So just push yourself up and same thing, extend that other arm, thread that needle. The palm that's threading the needle should be up towards the ceiling and then your forehead on the floor, breathing, keeping that butt up a little bit. Good, so now with your butt lifted a little bit, I want you to unthread that needle, extend those arms forward and keep your butt up in the air a little higher and that's a puppy. All right, go ahead and sit it back into your child's pose. Good, good. If you need a quick sip of water, grab that sip of water. If not, let's go ahead and roll to our back. And we're gonna start with some basic crunches, but we're gonna challenge it and we're just gonna make it a little bit harder. So if you're up for it, you're gonna lift one leg straight in alignment with that other knee. And we're gonna start our crunches with that one leg lifted. Now, if that doesn't work, go ahead and start. I got your time. If that doesn't work very well for you and it's extended, another option would be to bring it in. Right here. And that'll take a little bit of pressure off those hip flexors. So up to you, straight leg or bent leg. We're gonna go for 3, 2, 1. Good, now go ahead and lift up the other leg. switch it now and we're gonna work the lower abdominals. Now you can go straight leg 2 at a time or single leg if that's better on your hips and your back. So hands underneath that low back butt area, and we'll either go straight leg down and back up to your L, or single leg down and back up. I think it's a little harder doing both. So up to you. If for some reason you're on this or you're watching this later and those hips are popping, the other option is to keep those knees bent when you do it. So just don't keep them straight. Just bending those knees a little bit may help you not to pop. Let's go for a few more seconds, 10 more seconds. 3, 2, good. Keep both those legs up there straight, and we're going to start another set of crunches. Exhale when you come up, hold the top, pause for a few seconds, inhale, exhale. Good, all right, let's go ahead and roll it to our belly. We're gonna go over time just a little bit. So let's go to our belly, and on this first set, let's go ahead and do back extension, keeping our toes on the ground. Back extension, toes on the ground. So we're right here, lift up and hold for a second, come back down, pull that belly button into the spine. For this set, our toes are staying on the floor. We will play with it for the next few minutes, different back extensions, different ways. So keep going, keep going. We're gonna go for a few more seconds. 3, 2, good. Now just rest. Just let your upper body rest, let your head rest, take some breaths. We're not doing any stretching just yet, we're just resting. And then we're gonna do the same thing, but this time, let's go ahead and lift up our toes off the ground. All right, so let's get another set of back extensions. And this time we'll lift those toes off the ground. We're squeezing those glutes. We're squeezing the lower back. Bellies to the spine. We're holding for a second at the top. Make sure you're breathing. Couple more. Good, just rest. Now just rest. Let your butt rest, your back rest, your head rest. Just breathe through it. You're laying flat on your belly still. And then in a few seconds, we're gonna finish it with fishies. So that's laying on your belly and you're going opposite arm and leg, lifting off the ground, but staying on your stomach. All right, let's get our fishies. Ten more seconds. Hopefully that lower back is getting a little tired. It's getting worked. Go for 3, 2, good. So go ahead and totally relax. Just take a couple breaths, and then when you're ready, make sure that core is tight and engaged, and then bring it into your child's pose. If you can stay with me for just a couple more minutes, it's just gonna be a stretch. That's all it is. That's all it's gonna be for our lower back. So go ahead and roll to your back. And nice and easy, bring one knee in. And then rest your head on the ground. Just bring that knee into the chest. Breathe. And then I want you to give me a spinal twist. So take that same leg, nice and easy, cross it over your body. Reach that hand out to the side. And then if you want to give yourself a little bit deeper stretch, put that hand on the knee. You know, I don't want you yanking it, but just give yourself a little resistance just with the hand on the knee. And then go ahead and bring it back to your starting position. And from here, I want you to give me that reverse pigeon. So bring that other knee up right here. If this exercise is something that you're not flexible to do just yet, you can always modify and just pull on something to give your hip that little bit extra stretch. Good. All right, let's get out of this position. Extend the leg that we had just been pulling up and keep that other knee broad, bring it into the chest. Rest your head. Good, nice and easy. Go ahead and cross it over the body, extend that arm. If you need a little bit more of a stretch, use that hand. And nice and easy, roll it back to the center. And let's go to our reverse pigeon. And if you can get that hand in between and pull it, cool. If not, just grab what you can and pull that knee in so you can stretch that hip. And then go ahead and release that knee, put both knees on the ground. And this is another good one for the lower back. So we're just gonna do our like 90-90. And your head should be rested on the ground, just nice and easy, side to side with those knees. If you get to one side and you're like, wow, this really feels good, stay there for a few more breaths. And then when you're ready, core tight, bring it to the other side. Great morning stretch as well. All right, we'll go ahead and bring it back to the center. Bring both those knees into the chest. Forehead comes to the knees. Let's start a little bit of a roll. And roll it on up. That's probably a good way to end the week after workouts.